Well, hi there, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Monster. Since last time, we have been fairly busy. I have been finishing off some of my building projects. You can see the walkway over there is about halfway done. Up here, you can see that I've put a little bit of a pathway in. It's not too much to look at, just a bit of a pretty pattern using the granulite bricks and stuff, and layering a pathway in. Up here you can see I've started work on the roof of this place. I've been cutting down willow trees and regrowing them. Here it is from the inside. It's good fun trying to make it work with the silly shape of the building, but that's half the fun, isn't it? And you can also probably see that way over there I've made a huge copse more of these willow trees just to give me the extra wood that I need. In fact, let's just really quickly go over there because the ender pearl crops are growing. They are growing ridiculously slowly. Well, that's not fair, it's just because there's only one of them. They grow at the same rate as the others. Is that fully grown? 86% grown. But you can see they are starting to grow, and we are starting to get some ender essence in. So we might be able to start making a few ender pearls. Probably by the time we've got enough for one, we will have built a complete, fully working mob trap. Now, further on down here, we have good news. I'll just actually grab this energy cube. There we go. Have I got it? Yep. The quarry still hasn't quite reached the bottom, but it's getting very close now because it is finally starting to dig up a little bit of redstone. Let's just get down there. I have been shipping the ores away from it because the chest has been getting pretty near overflowing. It did overflow, yes. I've lost a few bits of stuff and I don't know what they were, but it is out of power at the minute. I'm just going to pop that down. I don't know if it's actually finished. The problem is, when it stops working, those vines from that hole start to grow. And then it actually has to shut the entire thing down and start to clear them. But you can see it's still got a little bit to go. Digging more stuff up as we speak. But if we go in here, you can see it's finally mined up, what's that, nearly 6 stacks of redstone. At long last, it's also got 5 diamonds and all this ore, which is really wonderful. Quite a bit of lapis as well. So I'm really quite happy with that. I'll take the mimikite as well. And it looks like it's going through a geostrata vein at the minute. But we can leave it to do that. It will be absolutely fine. And perhaps that will actually last it until it's finished. But this is great because it means we can finally start to do fun things with redstone. For one thing, I'll save a bit to get all the wiring done. I want to put wiring from the tower down to the tree farm. And of course, wire in the logistics pipes again because they've been without power for a little while. But there's other things I want to do first. More fun things using redstone. Now, all the way so far, we have been using the leadstone energy cells and the hardened energy cells. Now, those are only the first 2 tiers of the thermal expansion energy cells. And if I could spell thermal, which is spelled like that, you'll see that leadstone energy cell holds up to 400k, hardened up to 2000k, but then we've got redstone and resonant energy cells. Redstone holds 10 million. That's a big step up. The resonant holds 50 million, which is, to be honest, quite ridiculous. So I think it's about time we made one of those because we can make use of all that energy. Now, to make a redstone energy cell, you need all these things. But first of all, you need an energy cell frame. It requires a diamond, isn't that handy? It requires electrum ingots, and it requires hardened glass. Hardened glass requires obsidian. We were running short of obsidian. We were running very short of obsidian. So fortunately I have been over in the power room with the igneous extruder, which I was using to make cobblestone. We have a chest absolutely full of cobblestone over here. And I have just been... Has it switched off? It has switched off because we, as you can see, have got a ton of stone here. I've just been carting the buckets from over there to over there, and I have been making obsidian. It was extremely boring. I think I shall probably set up an automatic obsidian maker since we've got infinite lava. I'll do that at some point in the future. But I've pulverised it all down, and as you can see, we've got tons of pulverised obsidian now. In fact, that's probably too much to worry about, so we'll put that away for now. Now, hardened glass is very useful. We're probably going to get a lot of it. You can see I've been putting the ores through, and I really should put the rest through. I'll do that in a second. But we've got plenty of lead. And lead plus pulverised obsidian makes hardened glass. And this is where that infinite power comes in really handy, because you can just set it and leave it. And I might just as well get rid of some of these redstones. I don't need all of them. So the redstone energy cell, it needs a redstone energy cell frame, which should be on one of these pages actually, to make it easier to click on. Is it? No, I'm not going to be able to find it anytime soon, am I? That's just hardened glass. Oh, whatever. So it's a diamond, hardened glass and electrum. Now fortunately we do have some electrum sitting about. And how much do we actually have? Because I think there's a little bit in here as well. Yeah, there's another 6, so I think I'm going to make up 2 frames. Which I can because I have all of this stuff. Now, do I want to make it in here? Probably not, because I quite like having those in there, and I'm not going to make too many of these. I'll just do it in here. So I'm only going to make 2. So that's that. That, and that. So there we go, 2 redstone energy cell frames, easy as. So what do you do with the redstone energy cell frames to turn it into a redstone energy cell? You need to fill it up with redstone, 400 millibuckets. So this is where we again need this thing. I forget how much you get for one of these. You get 100 millibuckets, so that's going to be near enough 2 stacks of redstone I've got to melt to fill one of these up. So they do take an awful lot of redstone. So let's just check, what else did we need? We also needed clicky, the leadstone, the electrum, lead, and a conductance coil, which actually requires more electrum, so these are quite heavy on the electrum. Is that a conductance coil? It is. So we're going to need 2 of those, and we're going to run out of electrum, aren't we? We need a bit of that as well. It's so nice just to have this stuff again. Okay, we're going to need more electrum ingots, so just really quickly. The electrum comes from electrum blend, obviously. Electrum blend have probably gone the wrong way. Was silver dust and gold dust. Now, I don't actually think we had silver and gold dust left in here, but it is really quick to make up because we have absolutely tons of the stuff. And, in fact, isn't that just so handy that... Oh, I've not switched this back on from when I was pulverising the obsidian. So that could have almost been planned, couldn't it? I'll just pretend it was. Okay, so pulverised gold, pulverised silver. We might as well just make up tons of this because we've got loads. Actually, yeah, let's just make it all up. And we want that cooked through. So I'm just going to quickly pop that in there. This can go in the top along with that. Because if we look in here, we've got nearly a stack of gold and we've got several stacks of silver. So that's plenty, so we're fine for that. So has one of these done yet? Well, we've got 1 energy cell frame. Those are still cooking. I don't know exactly how much more we're going to need. The redstone will be in this one. So it was 40, so 60 and 30 odd. That'll be nearly enough. Hang on, I can see now. So that's 1700. 2737. So we needed another 27 odd, was it? Something like that. I shall see if that is enough. But in the meantime, let's actually just make one of these up. So I need 3 electrum ingots. Now the electrum does come into here. That's really handy. So it was just energy cell frame, redstone. I have forgotten already. I do apologise. Yeah, we needed lead as well, which we don't have here. But I'd imagine there's a load still in there, which there is. Isn't that handy? So, lead with a conductance coil and electrum, and this energy cell frame gives us a redstone energy cell. Why are these so awesome? They hold 10 million, as I was saying, RF, rather than the 200k RF that the hardened one uses. So, what's that relatively? Oh, that's quite ridiculous, isn't it? So hardened is 2,000. So 200,000, what's that? 50 times the energy. So one of these is equivalent to 50 of these. So if I plonk this in, I'm going to use this as my capacitor bank sort of thing. Hello, zombie. Go away, zombie. Now the worst thing would be a creeper. I really ought to put a pair of doors on this, although this one was inside, which suggests to me theirs is it come from that one silly little square, most probably. So if we quickly look at this, if we quickly turn that off, 1. So yeah, that's filling up. It's already got more energy in it than the hardened energy cell could take. So that's pretty wonderful, actually. And this will also, the reason I'm making 2 is because I can put 1 up here, and I can use them alternately to power the quarry. I don't know if it'll actually power a quarry for it all the way, but it will certainly power it for most of the way. It'll be easier than running backwards and forwards with these little hardened energy cells. Quick drink. Tasty. I might just as well plonk this one down here, because I can just use this as a backup battery sort of thing, and you can see it's not even got to the first bar being full yet. That's brilliant, because I can keep tons of energy now because I'm just making it and wasting the lava otherwise. So that's number 1. Number 2 might have already gone through. It has. I've got a tiny bit of destabilised redstone left. Is it still doing it? It is. Don't waste my redstone, please. Oh dear, I might just as well empty that out by making some... which thing was it which needed redstone in it? I have completely forgotten already. I have no idea. Now, obviously, you can... That's 5 pieces. It seems a shame to waste it when we've been wanting it for so long. I could use that. I could pipette it out. There's various ways to get rid of it. But a fairly good one is just to literally pull the thing out and put it back down again. That empties it out because I don't want any in there anymore, and it's filling up with power again, which is fine by me. So really quickly I'm going to remake a second one of these and plonk that up there. 2 redstone energy cells, that easy. Now there are those resonant energy cells. They do hold even more energy, however they do require those resonant blocks to make. This one's just going to fill up and not pull out. Actually, I've not set the right side of that to be an output. So, that's off, isn't it? There we go. So now that can fill up and empty. I imagine it's emptying because these were starting to empty and need refilling. It is, because I've got lots of things working over there. Okay, so what else can we play with now? Well, we have got these torches everywhere, and I'm fed up with having torches everywhere. I want nicer lights. Now, there's 2 good forms of lights in Feed the Beast Monster. The one I'm going to play with first, since I'm doing thermal expansion, is the Glowstone Illuminator, or just the Illuminator as it is, I believe, called in this. illuminator frame. The illuminator frame are silver nuggets, redstone, and a piece of hardened glass. So let's quickly... Is that hardened glass in here? It is. So I'm just going to grab a few pieces of silver. I need a couple, I guess. So I'll make up, 5 or 6 of these. For the fun of it. Now, which way round was it? It was like that, and like that. Illuminator frames, I'll just make up. How many can I make? 8. That's where my hardened glass runs out. That's fine by me. So, how do you get these things to work? Well, like many things, these actually need filling. These things want filling in the fluid transposer, but they want filling with glowstone. That's why they're glowstone illuminators. So, how much... Yep, I spelled it right, illuminator. Now, these are the other ones. I could have used the lamps from Project Red. They're the take on the old, what was it used to be called? Red Power, was it? The Red Power lamps that you used to get, which were awesome. It requires 1,000 millibuckets of glowstone to make a glowstone illuminator. Each piece of glowstone gives you 250, so we are going to need 4 for each one. And we've got now 7 4s are 28, so that should be just the right number. So the first one's already filling. There we go, this is a glowstone illuminator. If we pop it down, preferably somewhere dark, but there isn't anywhere dark, I'm just going to pop it down on the floor. This is a light. At the minute it is switched off. If you just right click it with a wrench, it's switched to default on. You can set it to all sorts of things, scale, inverse, always off. So you can control it with a redstone signal, just hook it up to a lever or something. But this is always on. I'm going to pop this out. It just gives us a way to light things up, which is a little bit prettier than just having these torches stuck all over the place. Hello, zombie. Nice to see you too. Here, have a nice cuddle with my sword. You going to drop anything? Absolutely nothing. You're so mean, zombie. So pop that down, and we've got a nice bit of light just in the path. So I can just arrange these all in the path is basically my idea. And then I can get rid of some of... Chuck my spanner away. Just get rid of some of the torches. Make it look all a little bit neater. Looks very nice. Let's get a few more bits. Hopefully these have all done by now. We've got 4 of them. Another 3 to go. Yep. I assume that's the right number. I don't think it is off the top of my head actually, but I can't be bothered to dump any more glowstone in there. We don't have infinite glowstone. Are there any brick blocks? They should be in there. Actually, no, they shouldn't. They should be in this one. I think that's the sun coming up rather than going down. So this is my miscellaneous building stuffs chest. And really, I can get my inventory cleaned up just a little bit while I'm here. That's better. Anything else can go. The pulverized obsidian. This isn't getting near overflowing, is it? No, we're okay for a little while. So, what we can do is just find pretty patterns to make, basically. So perhaps dig this one up, put one in there. Maybe dig this one up, say. We could have an entire row of 3. We can have them however we like. I don't actually like that one there so much. I think it might be better down here. So that'll probably be moved. One maybe in the middle. Where's the middle going to be? I'm intending to line the edges along here. So these will all be brick blocks. And I'm really quickly going to kill my shovel. I didn't intend to do this much shoveling. But we can probably have a couple at the entrance like this. Pop, pop. It's nice these things don't need power either. That's really, really handy. So, again, you can just play around with these. They just look a little bit nicer than the torches. Line off this path up. So probably one in the corners and on the ends here. Something like that. Will look nice. Yeah, I don't like the look of that one in there at all. Perhaps I could actually put them in the walls. That might look nice. Pop. So you can see how you can play around. That will light up the inside of there as well. Yeah, that's much nicer. You could even have a whole row of them on that lintel. Put that in there. And so we get to, let's just, actually no, we can leave the overlay on, hit the wrong mouse button, the wrong keyboard button, and gives us plenty of scope for playing around. I shall probably be lining the walls in here with these things as well. Why am I going in there? We did make all three, and that was just the right number of glowstone to melt. Quite amazing. So yeah, they're relatively cheap as well, which is always nice. So you can get away with lots of them. And they just let you make nice patterns, as I was saying. So now we're starting to make some... Oops. Inverse off, on. So now we're starting to make some nice things, and it's starting to look just a little bit nicer. It should cut down on the number of torches we need. We can start to get rid of these. So yeah, I'll probably make up a load more of those in time for next time. So that's it for this episode, guys. We have light everywhere. Turn the F7 overlay off. And we should have power starting to fill up. These are filling up now quite quickly. And this one has balanced out because this might be full. I think it's not full. I'm not sure why that one's not filling up. That's the tower machines. Must be some big drain going on down in the tower. But these ones are filling up, which is quite important. That is set to go out. Yep. So yeah, we're very quickly starting to make up power, and I'll have to make another steam dynamo to go here. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it, and I hope very much to see you again next time.